Back at it again, and we have one here with Sav Says. Let's dive in.
It's a little bit of a bigger tragedy than 9/11 was.
For me, it doesn't hold a lot of significance, and it just feels like a lot of times it makes up for like excessive patriotism.
So 9/11 terrorist attacks comparable to the Capitol on January 6th being protested?
Undoubtedly.
So yesterday was the 21st anniversary of 9/11. I'm asking the younger generation, does this date still hold significance to you? Do you still think it's important?
Nobody cares about it. Like our age, because like a lot of us understand like the reality behind what happened and how much like we did to other countries to like not like deserve, but like deserve what happened, like 9/11. Obviously like support to all the families and everybody like that passed, and like it's a tragic event, but the amount of shit we've done to other countries, like the younger generation doesn't care because we all like hate the military, we hate America, so it's like the younger generation is gonna forget. There's like bigger tragedies that really don't get like.
Did y'all catch what he said there? Run that back.
Like the younger generation doesn't care because we all like hate the military, we hate America.
The younger generations don't care because we hate the military, and most importantly, he said we hate America. Younger generation. Why does all of a sudden the younger generation hate America? We know why. It's what the schools are teaching them. And shout out to Project Veritas, who has exposed teachers openly teaching this woke BS. And, you know, I've said that come midterms, we have to push these politicians to overhaul our schooling systems, and especially in 24, if we can get a Republican back in office, because this is just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. A generation of kids who openly hate America. Why? Because they've been taught to do so. They don't even know. I guarantee you, if you asked him, so specifically, why do you hate America? Specifically, he'd probably name something like, oh yeah, the wars. Well, did you realize other countries have had wars as well? So why specifically, you know, so you ask him again, do you hate America? And I guarantee you he wouldn't be able to tell you anything else. Now, that's just an assumption. I don't know that for a fact. Maybe he has something, you know, but highly doubt it. I've seen enough of these videos to kind of know the script. And he'd honestly probably storm off. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section, please.
So it's like the younger generation is gonna forget. There's like.
Shout out to Sav Says as well. Original link is down below. Make sure you guys go subscribe to her YouTube channel. Show her some love, all right?
Bigger tragedies that really don't get like touched on. Like even Juneteenth this year wasn't really celebrated that much.
Bigger tragedies?
Something like that isn't getting like celebrated or given like the support that it should be given. Why would we give it to like 9/11 whenever? I'm sorry, but I think slavery is a little bit of a bigger tragedy than 9/11 was.
I forgot that like it was 9/11 the other day until I saw like a post about it. Like I just did not remember at all.
Do you think it's still significant?
Maybe, but not really to the younger generation.
That's a good question. A lot of people really forget about it. I know the thing is to say don't forget, but you know, I don't think it really gets talked about much these days anymore. Especially, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really see almost anything about it yesterday. I didn't really notice that it was 9/11.
I do think that it does still hold significance, just because like I feel like so many people became patriotic, more patriotic for their country after it happened. I mean, I still believe that it is. I don't think my generation, you know, we weren't born yet. Most of us were, so like. They don't have any clue of like how significant it was to like our parents.
Do you think that this date still has significance?
I mean, it never did to me. I wasn't born whenever it happened, but I can tell you it was traumatic watching the videos in class. So I grew up in a really small town, so every single year you had to.
Yeah, those videos definitely are crazy.
Watch in every single class from different angles of burning buildings, people dying, and they'd be like, "What did you learn from that?" And I'd be like, "That was terrible," and I'm 7, so So no, I mean, I think that it's important to remember things like this because, like, honestly, people are still affected by it who were alive. Like, I can't pretend like that what happened to them didn't matter, but I know for me it doesn't hold a lot of significance, and it just feels like a lot of times it makes up for like excessive patriotism.
I mean, it still has the same significance to me. Like,
It makes up for excessive
Patriotism.
What even is that? So she's saying it causes excessive patriotism? What does she mean by that? Can anybody explain? Because I don't even know. I don't have a single clue. I don't even want to try to guess. So can somebody please explain what she meant by that statement? Let me know. I'll be reading back through the comment section to find out. Talk to me, please.
I mean, it still has the same significance to me. Like, I feel bad for everything that happened, but I feel like it's not talked about as more. Like, when I was little, like, you know, in classes we had like days where we reserved and talked about it, and it was just like having moments of silence for them and stuff, like all the victims and the firefighters and stuff. We don't have that anymore, so that's probably why I was like, oh, was it yesterday? Like, I don't even remember.
I'm a journalism major, and I just left my journalism class, and we were just talking about this. Yeah, it's definitely super important. The only wrong thing that's going on is that there's a lot of like theories and misinformation being spread, meaning that like what actually happened is like being twisted and being turned into like these new theories, and a lot of like the younger generation, people our age, are I guess like not understanding what really went on. So I think that
What do they think happened?
there's a lot of information, for example, like that the world government like set this up, or that they were behind this. So there's just a lot of theories.
I was reading back through, we checked out a video actually on that day about the topic, and I was reading back through the comment section, and quite a few of you guys were mentioning exactly what she was just talking about there, and honestly I had no clue about any of that. So maybe we'll deep dive into that whole conspiracy theory on that. I mean, I don't know how much YouTube will like it, but hey, we'll give it a shot, see what they do.
Theories that are being misled and misinformed. So I just think that it's important to like kind of like really know like went on, because the event is like super significant.
Specifically, it is because I took a trip to New York for the first time this past summer, and although I don't have a direct connection to 9/11, visiting the memorial and the place where it happened just felt really like intense, and it made me realize how impactful it was, even though I wasn't alive then.
I think this day definitely still has significance, because you think about a time where pretty much that day changed the world forever as far as how we thought about stuff going on around the world. So yeah, because of that, I think a lot of people like hold that dear in their heart. And that's an event that, while devastating, I think that was an event that brought all of us together, like at our most lowest point.
I'm just asking like the younger generation if they remember what yesterday was.
Sunday. Was that a trick question? I don't get it.
So today, September 12th, what was yesterday?
Oh, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, 9/11. It still is like a remembrance of the.
Okay. She got it. I was like, whoa. The chicken in black still doesn't get it. Look at her face. She's still confused. Like, wait, 9/11? 9/11. Like she's trying to compute. But no, Sam said it was the 12th. And she was like, oh, yeah, it was Sunday. Oh, my goodness. Run that back.
Was that a trick question? I don't get it.
So today, September 12th, what was yesterday?
Oh, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, 9/11. It still is like a remembrance of the people that died, like as Americans. But I guess since we are the younger generation, we're like the afterwards of what happened. Because we were like young. We were like 3 years old, 4 years old.
We were born. Like,
Oh wait, we weren't even born. Yeah. Really? Yeah. So like with everything that came afterwards, it was like you get like all like the hate, especially towards like Islamophobia, like, you know, and you realize like we get it that it was like a lot of trauma for Americans, but then you have to realize it wasn't just about Americans here.
As somebody who's older and actually probably alive when 9/11 happened, is this still a significant date to you?
It is, and actually a friend of mine who is a student was talking about that yesterday. He was like, well, I bet you some of these people were just children when it happened, so they don't remember. But to answer, I guess, your question, significance, yeah, it's just like World War I, World War II.
Again, I'm from New York. It's traumatizing. It's traumatizing, and I don't think we will ever forget about it. When you think of 9/11, it says you will never be forgotten. So 9/11 is always going to be a situation that America will forever remember.
So I've been talking to a lot of the students here on campus, and a lot of them say that they don't know or really care about 9/11. I even had a student who said, because we don't celebrate Juneteenth, we shouldn't celebrate 9/11. What are your thoughts on that?
Who are those children and what are their names?
They're here on UT campus.
Well, I disagree with that. I think that any catastrophe that happens is always should be taken the knowledge of.
Like, honestly, we should never get desensitized about a life loss. You know, there should always be a lesson in it, and if it's positive, keep them alive through that. You know what I'm saying? That was a tragic loss. You know.
So what would your message be to the students here today who say, 9/11 doesn't really have significance to me?
My advice to them, they need to wake up and grow up a little bit, because if something like that happens to them, then they're going to need us to support them as well.
After 9/11.
Oh, yeah, they would be out in the streets, oh my goodness, having meltdowns all over the place. I mean, their life would be over. They would never recover. Some of these SJWs, I mean, they would never, ever recover, right? I can see it now. My life is over with. I'll never go back. You know, because we've bred a culture or a generation of what I like to call marshmallows, you know, soft folks. Like, it's okay to mourn, obviously, you know, when tragic things happen. But the way that I see it, life must go on. It must go on. And kudos to all of those brave and strong folks who lost someone in that tragedy, but still managed to suit up and lace their boots up when it was all said and done, and make the rest of their lives the best of their lives. These SJWs today, they wouldn't know the first thing about that at all. Total and utter meltdown. They'd be sucking their thumb for the next 70 years until they got put in a pine box. I mean, it would be absolutely ridiculous. Let's continue on.
9/11, everyone was waving the American flag. They were singing the anthem.
Them as well.
After 9/11, everyone was waving the American flag. They were singing the anthem. We were very unified as a country. I don't feel like we typically see that nowadays. And I've been asking the younger generation, are you proud to be an American?
Not particularly.
Goodness gracious.
How come?
Weirdos.
I don't know. I've never really understood patriotism. I don't know. I don't really have a connection to it.
Are you today proud to be an American?
Oh, he's definitely saying no.
Not one bit. Not one bit. I've never
Get to stepping.
been more embarrassed to be an American. I'll say that.
Get to stepping.
With the amount of like war crimes going on and systems put in place, like, it's impossible for people to succeed if you're not born into success.
I mean,
it's impossible for people to succeed if you aren't born into success. I mean, I'm sure he knows who LeBron James is. He wasn't born into success. He's an SJW now, you know, and he's a social justice warrior. But he wasn't born into success, and I'm sure that guy knows who he is. So I just debunked his whole theory. If you aren't born into success, you can't succeed. Oh, really? Look at LeBron. Now, granted, he has a special talent. He's 6'8", 260 pounds. But still, he didn't mention anything about having special talents. I'm just saying. Okay.
I mean, I guess in some ways, yes, I'm glad I am. There's a lot of opportunity for me here, but I'm sure, like, as you've seen, there's a lot we can improve on.
So in the current state, you would say you're not proud to be an American?
I guess so, yeah. I'm not proud, but I'm glad. I'm glad I am, I guess.
Are you proud to be an American?
I am proud to be an American.
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, I live in the city of Austin.
I wasn't clapping for this. I was clapping
I'm glad
for.
I am, I guess.
Are you proud?
I was clapping for this young lady right here. Let's be specific, okay? Because I did notice I was clapping while the other two folks were on the screen, but this young lady here is who I was clapping for.
Proud to be an American.
I am proud to be an American.
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, I live in the city of Austin, so yes, I am. I am. My father would kill me if I wasn't.
He's a good man. He's a good man. Patriot. I would love to shake his hand.
I'm not sure.
How come?
I think in some ways I am, but in other ways I'm like, it's not like America, just like I don't see it as the greatest country ever.
Can I be completely honest?
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
I am not. I think that the world has like a lot of issues, and that's a different topic for a different day. I could get into it a little bit more, but no, I think that what's going on in the world is really sad.
Which country would you choose if you could choose any other country other than America?
Mexico.
Whoa. So obviously you guys see what's on the screen right there. I literally did not mean to pause it. That was just coincidence because I had something to say. I paused it. I was like, hold on, wait, what does that say? Oh. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. No, but she said she would choose Mexico. Mighty funny she says that. It's not very far. Why aren't you there? Or do you plan on going back after your degree? And if Mexico's so great, why'd you come here to get a degree? Why didn't you get a degree there? I just want to know.
Yeah, I do have Mexican parents who were born and raised in Mexico, and I would choose Mexico.
Gotcha.
I feel more Mexican than I do American. Let's just say that.
Are you proud to be an American?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How come you're proud to be an American?
Well, that's because I personally served in the United States Marine Corps 7 years.
Appreciate your service, brother.
The stuff that they go out through in the field, they'll do stuff out there that the rest of the country will probably never know about, and it's a thankless job.
I feel like
we know what they're
that's
gonna
a
say.
tough question because I mean I am American, but there's like a lot of things. There are pros and cons to being American. So and
ask them the question, Sav. Where
yes,
would they go?
but at the same time, no.
Today, probably not. I would probably go back to my home country, which is India. I have I don't know. I feel like there's just too much going on today in our world and where we are.
Are you proud to be Indian?
Yeah, I'm definitely proud to be Indian. I think for a moment I was not because people around me would try to make fun of me or stereotypes and stuff. But now growing up, I am proud to be Indian.
But not proud to be an American?
Probably not, no.
Another head scratcher. She said she would probably go back to India, and she's proud to be Indian, so why doesn't she live in India? And once again, if she does go to school here, why didn't she go to school in India? These people don't make any type of sense. America's so terrible. It's so bad. I'm not proud to be America. It's the worst country on the planet. But yet I'm going to stay here and get all the benefits of being an American. Is anybody else confused by that? Please let me know. Please tell me that I'm not alone in that thinking, with that kind of thinking. I'm just confused.
That's a good question. There are definitely things that we do not do well with, especially with equality, and just there's a lot of issues that we still have.
Talk to me about the equality issue a little bit. What's one of the biggest equality issues we have in America?
The pay gap, the pay wages between men and women, and then also just day-to-day inequalities of people of color.
Wrong.
What are some of those
Fake.
inequalities that people of color face that white people don't have to deal with?
Sav, I rock with you, girl. I rock with you. I love you, Sav. I love you. She asking the good questions. Make sure y'all go show Sav some love, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to her channel. It's the link down below, all right? Go show her some love, like all her videos, all that good stuff. We need these. We need these.
Well, obviously we've seen things in the news regarding police brutality,
Wrong.
any discrimination.
Don't you think that white people also deal with police brutality and also some discrimination in this country?
They do. And I think it's definitely an issue that everyone faces. But statistically, people of color or just not white people have been affected more commonly. And I,
Wrong.
as a white person, recognize that. And I try to recognize my privilege on the day-to-day because I know it's real. And I think it's good if everyone
So would you say, like, between the two of us, you're more privileged than I am because I'm brown?
I wouldn't say that, like, I don't know how to word it. I'm trying to say...
Because it doesn't make any sense. Gosh, I rock with Sav. She asking them good questions right now. Putting her on the spot.
Like, just in society, it's been that way. And it's not like anyone wants it to be that way. I don't want it to be that way at all.
Don't think that you're privileged just because of your skin tone. Never apologize for your skin tone. As a brown American, I think that brown Americans actually have more upper hands in life than white Americans do because we're minorities. So, you know, we're given a lot more. People are a lot more lenient with minority communities. If you look at why minority communities have to deal with police brutality more, it's because minority communities have higher crime rates, stuff like that. If you could choose citizenship in a different country, revoke your U.S. citizenship today, which country would you choose?
Honestly, I could throw a rock and hit one, but it's just like
Pick one.
I'm not well versed enough. I'd love to maybe go to like Algeria or like Egypt, South Africa, something a little more my style, I guess. I don't know, just anywhere. A lot of European countries.
Anywhere but the United States.
Yeah, you can name all other like 267 countries, and I would go there.
Iraq.
Maybe.
Iran.
I don't know.
Saudi Arabia.
I don't know enough.
To be honest, I don't.
Exactly, you don't know enough. At least he admitted to it, okay? At least he admitted to it. But yeah, all these people still stay here.
No, I would have to like research that. I don't know any other country that's like, oh yeah. I mean, anything that benefits me, free healthcare, probably anything that's like, I don't know.
New Zealand.
Canada or New Zealand?
Yeah, I've seen like the way New Zealand really like COVID, for example, they really treated it as like a issue.
I don't know how to say this lady's name. Jacinda Ardern admits New Zealand will become a two-tier society between... Oh. Woo! Yeah, buddy.
Rather than kind of how we treated it.
So you kind of wish that we had mirrored Canada and New Zealand with our COVID.
Shocking. Canadian banks are now allowed to suspend any account for any reason if they think the money is furthering the interest of freedom. Ooh, what? What? Is this real? They can now do whatever they want without a court order. This can't be real. There's no way. Do I have any Canadian? No, I do know. We have some Canadians. Y'all let me know. Is this true? Your banks can suspend your account if they think the money is furthering the interest of freedom? Somebody, my Canadians, please let me know. If this is true, y'all got to go ASAP, all right? Just don't bring any of this type of thinking, you know what I mean? Banks are allowed to close your account. Don't bring that type of thinking. Bring the freedom kind of thinking here, all right? Sheesh Louise.
Response?
Yes, that's what's like still COVID's really a big thing now. Like people are kind of
enacts a state of emergency allowing for the arrest and imprisonment of Canadian protesters for up to 1 year in jail. He adds that the sentence can be fined $100. Yeah, nah, I ain't going
getting
there.
that. But
Where's your face mask then, girl?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Are you proud to be an American?
I am. I've only been to one country other than here, which was Japan. I love it there, but yeah, just reading about different countries is like, come on, this has got to be, if not the best, one of the best.
I've been asking a lot of these students, hey, are you proud to be an American? And they say no. I would rather go live in Mexico. I would rather go live in a different country.
Then they should.
Are you proud to be an American?
Yes, I'm American regardless. I don't care what happens here. This is where I was born. And this is where my mother was born and her mother. So I am American. So yeah, I'm proud to be one.
To all of the young kids that I talked to today who said, I'd rather live in Mexico, I'd rather live in Germany, I'd rather live...
Literally say, did any of y'all literally say you'd rather live in Mexico? But they're actually beheading people and doing C-sections and autopsies while you're still alive. You want to live there? Right.
For this younger generation who hates America, I mean, what...
Now, I wasn't about to go that far, but yeah, he went there. She would rather live in Mexico. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen some of the crazy videos that have come out of Mexico, but let me tell you something. I won't even go on a vacation to Mexico. Not even to one of the nice resorts, you know, that they tell you to stay on and don't leave. Not even one of those, you know, where you're typically safe, but no, not going. I'm not stepping foot in Mexico at all. No, sir. No, ma'am. Don't ask me to go because I'm saying no. I don't even care if you pay for the trip and ticket and any type of tickets. I'm not going. And she said she wanted to go live there. Sheesh.
What would you say to them?
It's spoiled. Don't live here. You have an option. I agree. You have an option. If you don't like it, then leave. You know, America is America. I think there's not the greatest time, but it's not the worst time. You know, and as the younger generation,
I agree with that.
They have a better opportunity than the older generation because they have technology.
If you don't love the country that you're from, I suggest you leave. If you're with a guy that you're not happy with, don't you divorce or leave him. And if you're with a girl that you don't like or whatever, don't you leave or divorce her.
Yes, sir.
If you don't like a job, you leave.
Yes.
So my suggestion is, if you are really unhappy with the way America is, because America is going to be America, you know, good or bad. If you don't like it, I mean, there's plane tickets available. I'll help you.
So, once again, we saw the ignorance of our youth on full display. And as the gentleman there at the end stated, in any other situation where you are truly and completely unhappy, you leave. So why haven't you left America? And like I stated before, I think the way to fix this issue, first off, starts with our schooling system. It starts with the youth. The youth, like we've talked about before, are like a blank sheet of paper. And right now, that blank sheet of paper has been taken by the left and these left-leaning teachers who have our kids for a good portion of the day. And they have scribbled all over it, "Hate America." And it's been imprinted. Right? So I think we have to take back our schools. and I don't mean like take back the schools and start indoctrinating them with, you know, everything red pill, but just take out politics, right? We can put pride in America back in and leave it at that, and we teach kids what they need to know. Reading, writing, science, and math. What they should be learning. Get our test scores back up to where they should be. That's what I personally think. You guys can let me know how you feel in the comment section. But then also having a program where, and I'm sure we have the money for this, but having a program where college students can sign up and they get sent to places like Venezuela, you know, where some of these migrants are coming in from on the southern border. I just watched a video where there was like a busload of Venezuelan migrants. And these people on the left here in America want us to do what Venezuela did, but people from Venezuela have left Venezuela to come here to get away from what Venezuela did. It doesn't make any type of sense. But sending these kids or these young folks to some of these countries to see everything firsthand and let these young folks see what happens when some of these policies are actually put forth. The reality of it. We check out a YouTube short with Thomas Sowell, and he stated it perfectly. Socialism sounds good. It might even look good on a piece of paper, but in reality, it's not. When it's actually put into play, it never works out. And I think our youth and a lot of the people on the left won't believe us telling them. They have to see it and live it for themselves. Now, some people I think will still just be in denial. Oh, well, they didn't do it the correct way. You know what I mean? But I feel like enough people would open their eyes and say, "Oh, yeah, this isn't what I want to live in." Type of situation. Some people we won't be able to save, but I feel like a good portion we will, and I'd be all for, us spending our tax dollars on that because it would help save America. And that's what I'm all for. If it saves America, I'm all for it. But those are two of my suggestions as far as what we can do to help save America. You guys can let me know what you guys think can be done or should be done, or if you agree with the two things that I have put forth. Let me know in the comment section below. Shout out to Sav Says once again. The original link is down below. Make sure you guys go show her some major love. I love these questions that she started asking these folks and putting them on the spot. Perfectly asked questions. Love those. But like I said, peace and love. I'm out.